Cooking with Texas Pete today, and Debbie's going to start a little project of
appetizer.
An appetizer,
For
all right?
later.
But before we get started, take a look at our shirts here, all right? Mine says Cooking with David Burns Texas Pete Edition. And then Debbie, she got one too. Where does it go to?
Down there.
What's it say?
Mine says
Assistant
Chef Debbie Burns.
That's something Texas Pete Supplier, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to flop this around here. Debbie's busy over here making her cheese stuff and fixing me a cocktail of we're gonna do chicken and dumplings. And chicken and dumplings, this is your ingredients you use. You get some spinach, some flour, carrots, chicken, Texas Pete. You getting that all in there? Yeah, Texas Pete. Make sure you have something to drink. It's always more fun to have a cocktail when you're making something. That way it makes it kind of exciting, more relaxing for you. Use good chicken broth here. I don't particularly like any particular kind, but anyway, we'll get together. We're gonna make the dump.
Go with some chips for later. I'm gonna do this in the crock pot.
Where's the Texas Pete at?
Oh, we forgot the Texas Pete. Oh my goodness. Which bottle do we want?
We have supplies of Texas Pete out here. Hotel Doers crock pot.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go for a break here. We're gonna have a little cocktail, and then we'll get back to this cooking. Hang on. Look.
Oh, that's fine. You ready?
Am I being recorded?
Yes.
All right. So what we have here, we're gonna do dumplings. This is what my daughter-in-laws need to learn how to make, because you can use biscuits, you can buy your dumplings, but if you do your dumplings properly, you get 3 cups of flour, a shot glass of butter, kind of mix it in there like that. You want a tablespoon of this here stuff. This is baking soda. That's probably about a tablespoon there. And then you want to get a tablespoon of salt, or a quarter of a tablespoon of salt to add flavoring to it. And then you can either use water or you can use chicken broth. The broth makes your dumplings taste a little bit better. Now, only a few people can do this, and my mom was one of them. You mix it up, and you just keep mixing it until it gets very, very firm. And it gets very chewy and very doughable. Once you get doughable like that, then you break it down into 2 balls and you put it in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. During that 2 hours, that's when you're cooking your chicken. We'll get back to you on that. Anyway, working with Texas Pete today and working with Doers. Have fun while you're cooking, folks. All right, I'm back now. We have the chicken, we got celery, and we got carrots. And then we have the chicken broth that we use as well. What we will do is we're going to use 2 pots here. One, we're going to just cook the chicken in to build the broth. When that's done, we'll move it over to this pot here after we clean the bones off everything, clean it up, move it over here, and then this will be our broth that we'll add to it. This is Debbie's little surprise coming around, or little cheese dip. And of course, we're still got everything going here for the chicken and dumplings. Seeing we don't have anybody coming over for dinner tonight, we decided just to use chicken breast instead of a whole chicken. Generally, I use a whole chicken. This is going to be great with Texas Pete. You want to say anything to the camera, hon?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm
You're
taking
fine?
a break. Yeah.
All right, just playing a game. And we're going to put our chicken in another bowl to let it cool down and save our broth. All right. Once the chicken's cooled down, we'll make it in smaller pieces. Then we take our broth and we move it over here to the other big pot. And you don't make too much of a mess with it. Okay, once you get that all together, you put that back there. And then you just have a Doers, take a drink, and we'll break to the next commercial. All right, the dog likes to get in the act all the time, so we have to give him a small piece of chicken to keep him under control. Sit. He does good. High five. Give me a high five. You know what a high five is? He just wants a chicken. No high five. Good boy. Good boy. All right, back to cooking chicken. Got our flour done. It's been in the refrigerator approximately 2 hours. It comes out like this, a little hard ball. You know, you pinch off a little bit of it and you work it pliable until you get it to be dumpling shaped like this here. Now, in order to roll out dumpling shape, you can do a couple of things. If you don't have a rolling pin, which is what I like to use as a rolling pin to make sure you flour it up, you can always use an old can of beer. All right. When you finish with rolling them out, make sure you drink the beer because it's going to be a little shook up a little bit. In worst case scenario, it's a little high with the bottle of Durs to do it, because you got a little high point there, so you have to do it on the edge with the Durs like that. Anyway, we'll get back to this in a minute, getting everything together, checking and see what Debbie's doing with her cheese dip over here. It came out fantastic. You want to show them a picture of that cheese dip there, sweetheart?
Cheese dip. It's a little sticking, but
Little
it's good.
thick, good looking
It's good.
cheese dip. All right, we have the water boiling. We're going to use the flour. Then we're going to add our broth. And then we're going to add our chicken. We like our broth a little thicker, so we add flour to it while the water's hot. And that way to make your broth a little thicker for your chicken and dumplings. And we like a thick broth in that. Now it'll also make them a little dumpier, but you have to do it slowly, all right? And then when you get it going, just a little bit in there for it. Turn it down, let it simmer some. I'll cook through on the flour. And then you add your chicken. Now this is in Cracker Barrel here. We add a live lot of chicken to it, not Cracker Barrel.
Not live chicken.
All right.
Not live chicken.
Well, that's right. It's not live. It was live at one time. Then we got where we decided to eat it. You know, we got that from Publix. You got the chicken in there. Now you take it, add your broth to it. You get more broth. It's going to cool it down a little bit. Look at that. Nice yellow broth in there coming in there. And you get it nice and hot. Just fill her up because the more you got for your dumplings, you'll be good. Okay, now you got all your broth in there. With your chicken. And then we saved our corn and our celery. Alright? We're going to add that back to it as well.
Yeah, maybe he likes to be lonely.
We're going to let that get hot for a moment. And then we're going to come back and we're going to add the dumplings to it. You see the dumplings here? Alright, we're cooking with Texas Pete here. We haven't used the Texas Pete yet. And let me go to my assistant now. Here's my assistant at work.
I'm doing my part.
Say again?
My part.
Alright, the assistant chef. What a lovely wife.
That's what assistants do.
Alright, we'll be back in a moment with the final meal. With the Texas Pete. We got our aprons on. We want to thank Crystal for the aprons and Adam.
And Justin.
And
Justin. Justin.
Justin. We want to thank Justin. I'm sure I know where these aprons came from. I think it's Pizza Papa Pizzas. All right, and here we go. We're cooking with Durs and Texas Pete. The dumplings are done. I'll show you what the dumplings look like here. They turned out actually pretty good if you like chicken and dumplings, which I do. Anyway, that's it. Oh, my lovely wife. Love you guys. Bye.